few years ago, I was invited to go to Necker Island with Richard Branson. And I write for Forbes, and I was invited to interview him on the first night. And I was asking him about his experiences as there was a group of leaders and entrepreneurs there gathered on his island. He brings these groups together. And, you know, he was sharing early on how he was, you know, getting a second and a third mortgage on his house. And I said, you know, how was your wife with that? And he goes, oh, I didn't tell her. And as any of you know, if you know his story, not everything he's touched turns to gold. It's easy to look at somebody who's got to the, you know, the other side of their largely their working life and is really successful and go, yeah, it was all just destined that they'd be successful. Well, that's not the case. People who are really successful, and I've met and interviewed and worked with quite a few, they are constantly taking on things and trying things, and they don't know if they'll succeed. Successful people aren't those who haven't failed. They just don't spend years and years dragging out their failures. They go, okay, let's try this. And then if it's not working, they tweak it, they pivot, or they say, let's just quit it and move on to something else. They learn to fail fast and fall forward. And for you, if you gave yourself permission to try more things, to take more risks, what would open up for you? You know, people who succeed faster are those who are just willing to double their failure rate. That doesn't mean you're going to fail every time. It's not that you want failure, but you've got to risk it and risk it and risk it more and more often. And be smart about it, not just kind of going in blindly, but going, okay, what is there to learn? I tried something, I didn't get the results I wanted. What can I learn from this? Marty Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, said, you can tell how successful someone will be by how they explain their failures. If you explain it as a permanent inadequacy on your part, I'll never be good at this. I haven't got what it takes. It was always going to be impossible. Then you're not going to take any learning that's of value and move ahead. But if you look for what is it I could have done differently, what do I need to learn more? Maybe I needed to engage more stakeholders. Maybe I needed to prepare in advance and have more practice. Whatever it is, that allows you to do, as Henry Ford said, to move ahead more intelligently.